Yesterday, you had Wi-Fi, electricity, GPS, food delivery, and 1,000 tiny conveniences you never noticed. Then you wake up. Everything is gone. No cities, no roads, no internet. You're standing in the Stone Age. Here's the scary part. Most modern humans would probably die within weeks. Look around, there are no stores, no medicine, no phones, no houses, just wild animals, weather, and silence. At first, it sounds fun, like camping. But camping is fake survival. Real survival is brutal. Think about it. Right now, if you're hungry, you open an app. In the Stone Age, hunger follows you all day. Your brain immediately panics. You don't know which plants are poisonous. You don't know where clean water is. You don't know how to make fire. You don't even know where to sleep. Suddenly, your giant modern brain feels useless. Here's a weird fact. You are incredibly smart, but almost none of your knowledge helps you survive. You know memes. You know passwords. You know video game maps. But can you build a shelter before sunset? Probably not. Day one becomes a race against time. The first enemy is not animals. It's dehydration. Humans can survive weeks without food, but only a few days without water. So forget hunting mammoths. Find water. Vast. But even that is dangerous. Crystal clear water isn't always safe. Invisible bacteria can destroy your body. Stone Age humans learned survival from childhood. You didn't. Imagine dropping a teenager into a jungle with 1% battery and no charger. That's basically you. Then comes fire. Humans changed history because of fire. Fire gives warmth, protection, cooked food, light. Without it, nighttime becomes terrifying. Today, darkness is peaceful. Back then, darkness was dangerous. Your brain would hear every sound. Snap, crunch, growl. Every noise could be death approaching. Your stress level would explode. And here's something surprising. Your body is actually built for this. Thousands of generations survived impossible conditions. The problem isn't your body. It's your dependency. Modern life outsourced everything. Memory, navigation, cooking, communication, even boredom. Need directions, phone. Need entertainment, phone. Need friends, phone. Take the phone away, and suddenly your brain starts screaming. Now imagine the Stone Age where phones don't exist. Many people think intelligence means high IQ. Wrong. Stone Age intelligence was different. Could you track animals? Predict weather? Identify edible plants? Recognize dangerous footprints? That's survival intelligence. And ancient humans were masters at it. Here's a twist. They weren't miserable all the time. In some ways, they had advantages. No emails. No exams. No endless notifications. No doom scrolling for 3 hours. Their problems were immediate and real. Find food. Stay alive. Protect family. Our brains evolved for those problems. Not for 20 tabs open in a browser. Not for 10 social media apps fighting for attention. This creates a weird mismatch. Your Stone Age brain is running 21st century software. That's why modern life often feels overwhelming. But let's go back. You're still trapped in the Stone Age. Night is coming. You need shelter. Movies make caves look amazing. Reality check. Many caves already have owners. Bears. Big cats. Other humans. Entering a random cave is a terrible idea. So you build something simple. Branches. Leaves. Anything to block wind. And suddenly, you appreciate houses. Imagine spending one night without walls. Rain feels different. Wind feels different. Everything feels personal. Then comes food. This is where most people fail. You can't just eat random berries. One mistake can end everything. Ancient humans spent years learning safe foods. Knowledge was their internet. Grandparents were search engines. Stories were databases. Tribes were social networks. Losing one elder meant losing an entire library. That's wild to think about. Then there's hunting. Forget action movies. Humans were not stronger than giant animals. We were smarter and more patient. Persistence hunting was one strategy. Humans would slowly chase animals for hours. Seriously. Hours. Animals sprint faster than us, but they overheat. Humans sweat better than almost every creature. Your weird ability to get sweaty helped civilization happen. That's incredible. But survival isn't only physical. Loneliness becomes dangerous too. Humans evolved in groups. Being alone increased the risk of death. That's why loneliness hurts emotionally. Your brain treats isolation as an emergency. In the Stone Age, community was everything. Today, millions of people live surrounded by humans, yet still feel alone. Another mismatch. Ancient hardware. Modern environment. Now imagine one full month in the Stone Age. You would slowly transform. Your sleep would change. No blue light. No midnight scrolling. You'd wake with sunrise. Sleep after sunset. Your senses would sharpen. You'd notice bird sounds. Wind direction. Animal tracks. Tiny changes in weather. Your body would become stronger. But your comfort addiction would fight back. No hot showers. No soft mattresses. No air conditioning. No refrigerators. No instant noodles. Your brain would constantly complain. Yet something interesting would happen. After weeks, many modern anxieties would disappear. Nobody cares about follower counts. Nobody cares about likes. Nobody cares about unread emails. Suddenly, survival becomes simple. Not easy. Simple. One goal. Stay alive. Now let's talk about diseases. You might think modern humans are stronger because of medicine. And we are. But remove medicine and everything changes. A small cut becomes dangerous. A tooth infection becomes life-threatening. One fever can end everything. Ancient life was fragile. That's why every modern invention is secretly a miracle. Toothbrushes, soap, vaccines, water filters. You never celebrate them. But they're superheroes. Here's another shocking thing. You probably couldn't recreate most technology. Could you build a phone from scratch? No. Could you make electricity? Probably not. Modern civilization is a giant team project. Nobody knows everything. Your survival depends on millions of strangers. The person making screws. The person maintaining power plants. The person driving trucks. The person growing food. You're connected to invisible humans everywhere. The Stone Age would expose that instantly. But here's the biggest lesson. Ancient humans weren't primitive idiots. They were experts. Experts at surviving a world we no longer understand. In many ways, they would look at us and laugh. You can build artificial intelligence, but you can't identify 5 edible plants. You can order food from another continent, but you can't catch dinner yourself. That's not weakness. That's specialization. Civilization made us powerful together and helpless alone. So what can you learn from all this without actually getting trapped in the Stone Age? 3 things. First, learn one real survival skill. Start tiny. Learn how to start a fire safely. Learn basic first aid. Learn how to read a map. Your brain loves competence. Second, become less dependent. Spend 1 hour without your phone. Then 2. Train your attention like a muscle. Third, appreciate invisible systems. Electricity is magic. Clean water is magic. Modern life is magic disguised as ordinary. Because one day, if everything disappeared, you'd realize humans didn't become powerful overnight. It took hundreds of thousands of years. The Stone Age wasn't a dark age. It was humanity's training ground. Every invention, every city, every rocket, every computer, every video you watch right now exists because somebody thousands of years ago learned how to keep a fire alive. And that's the weirdest thing. The modern world feels permanent, but it's actually very fragile. So the next time your internet stops working for 10 minutes and you start panicking, remember this. Your ancestors survived ice ages, predators, starvation, storms, and impossible odds. The question isn't whether humans can survive the Stone Age. We already proved that. The real question is this: if civilization disappeared tomorrow, how many days would you last?